Greetings, everyone. Okay, we're in part 6 now to my 100 favorite albums, alphabetical order. And we get to the M's now, of course. This album just last year, oh my. I just gotta thank Calico. Thank you, Jeff. I know you're probably sick of me of mentioning your name, mentioning your channel. Well, I don't know. I feel like your channel really inspired me to listen to a lot of new, like, you know what I mean? Just new stuff. Discovering things, you know? Oh my God. I made a video on this and I literally felt so amazed. This album is powerful. Oh my God. Just amazing. I mean, if I was on a desert island, if you asked me, oh, if you had one album, one or two albums, what would they be, If you were stuck on a desert island, stuck, you know what I mean? No reality, no, no civilization, it would definitely be probably a Beatles album or Bob Dylan or something, I don't know. And of course, it'd be this album right here, The Inner Mounting Flame by the Vishnu Orchestra. And yes, I finally got a copy, a CD, at that record store, the Rock and Roll Heaven. And look at that, John Mclaughlin. Great stuff on here. Fantastic. Of course, you got John Mclaughlin. Oh my God. He is something else. He is so blisterous. Just fantastic. Oh my God. Billy Cobham, fantastic drummer. Oh my God. These guys literally, I mean, oh my God. Everything about this, I literally enjoy every single moment. And I wish I would have included some live albums, but I can't include live albums on here. I would have definitely had probably put Through Nothingness in Eternity. But this was from 71. Yes, indeed. Fantastic album. The Inner Mounting Flame literally changed my life after that. Now, here's an artist that I wasn't going to put on here, but he's freaking McCartney. Paul McCartney. How can I not put Paul McCartney on my 100? That I don't know. But there was an album that I listened to a few years ago. It's called Chaos and Creation in the Backyard. Yeah, it was his 2000s album. It's really, really good, but yeah, it's as an album as a whole, I wasn't really interested. Well, how about McCartney? Or how about McCartney? McCartney 2, McCartney 3. How about that? Well, I had to put McCartney on here, of course. But unfortunately, I don't have McCartney 2 and McCartney 3. Those albums didn't really McCartney 3 I never really listened to, but McCartney 2, you know what I mean? Oh, so you're anti-McCartney 2? Well, yes, I love McCartney 2. And even this album I wasn't really going to have on my list. I don't know why. It's just very stripped. I was kind of confused when I was listening to this. So I was kind of, yeah, it's all right. But I've listened to this several times. Oh my God. Everything's great about here. Teddy Boy, of course. Mama Miss America. I love that song. Maybe I'm a maid. And I had to put McCartney's other album on here. I don't own the album, but it's off of his Wings Greatest Hits. And it's called Ram. And of course, everyone knows this album. Come on now. Fantastic. What's that song? What's that? Backseat of My Car. Oh my God. What a great song. I think everything on Ram is Ram On, of course. Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey. That was a big hit on there. Great. So McCartney definitely had to be on my list. Now for this artist. Oh my God. For this artist. I was living in Jersey at the time. Before I moved to Myrtle Beach. My dad was playing this CD here. Called Ultimate. It's a series from 70 to 71. Ultimate 70s. This is 74. And the 5th track that's on here is called Help Me by Joni Mitchell. Now, when I listened to that, I was like, oh my God. And just recently I bought this CD. Now, some of you might be a little bit disappointed because I don't have, I only put one album from hers on here. I mean, we have Blue, we have Heritage. Those are praised albums, right? And even Hissings of Summer Lawns. I feel like this album by Joni Mitchell really stuck out to me. And of course, it's Cord and Spark. Just fantastic, beautiful. I was just listening to this just last week. Just, oh my God. Beautiful stuff on here. Free Man in Paris, Car on a Hill, and of course, Help Me. There's a lot of a lot of choir, a lot of like, all over the, like, you know what I mean? It's so beautiful, very jazzy inspired. She was starting to get into that jazz fusion field, by the time she hit this album. But oh my God, brilliant. And yeah, folks, unfortunately, I don't have Blue on here, nor Hissings of Summer Lawns. I'm sorry, I don't have those albums on here. We have Heritage and Blue on vinyl or back here, Okay, so now this artist. I remember these songs playing all the time. Now let's flash forward to like 2004 or whatever it was, 2003. And I'm hearing these songs. She Will Be Loved, This Love. Now I'm probably being a little bit weird here, to add Maroon 5. Oh yeah. Now listen. Just like Coldplay, what is up with the 2010s? The 2010s ruined everything. By the time those bands got to that point, like, this is probably the only album I would have on here. The only album I have by this band. They came out in 2007 with a, decent album, I guess. But even my brother's best friend loves this album. And I remember he was telling me that he played the CD, played it to death. They went from songs like Sunday Morning, and then they would go ahead and do Payphone, and Move Like Jagger, I got the ooh. Oh my God. They were a band that literally let me just say this right now. I'm tired of saying this, but they shit the bed, okay? With Adam Levine and his prissy voice. Oh my God. You know what? He's a very talented guy, but he's a fuckery. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is I have songs about Jane. Oh my God. That was pre all that bullshit, This is 2002, whatever it was when the album came out, 2003. And yeah, I love that album. Songs about Jane. And this is a scenario which, of course, I don't have the album, physical album. But this is an album I know the back of my hand. I know every single track. Harder to Breathe. This love, da, da, da. Of course, fantastic. But they were a band that just ended up acting like fools right after. This was just that blue-eyed soul R&B. They were fantastic. Great. Songs about Jane. Now, here is my favorite crooner. You probably already know who he is already. And of course, he's a very special artist of mine. I remember when I was really, really little, a toddler, I remember listening to, my dad would make Christmas mixtapes on cassette. And, these Christmas songs would pop up by this guy, Sleigh Ride. Probably one of the most greatest Christmas albums of all time is the very first Christmas album by Johnny Mathis. I really like that other one that he had. I'm going to go through these pretty quickly here. And of course, it's Johnny Mathis. Fantastic. This debut album is so brilliant. Starting off with Autumn in Rome, it's just the perfect touch. And one of my favorites, as I always talk about every time, Heavenly. Fantastic. That great Burt Bacharach song. And then I also chose a couple of his Mercury albums. This one's very, very beautiful. Oh my God, April Love. Just beautiful stuff on here. It's called Tender is the Night from '64. I love that. I really love these album covers. Later in that year, he comes out with a Spanish album. It's called Ole. This is another favorite of mine. It's fantastic. Half the stuff that came and, you know what I mean? And this one I always mention about all the time, where he's covering, you know, a couple Beatles. You know, Lovers in New York, of course. Yeah. Sunny, yesterday my life is full of rain. Johnny Mathis sings. This was his last Mercury album before he went back to Columbia. Oh my God, who doesn't love that snapshot of him right there? I don't know where he is. This looks like Florida. This could be in Florida. I don't know. This came out in the spring of '67. Fantastic. Eleanor Rigby. Okay, and we're over the 10 minutes here, but fantastic. We get to the next M, and you people already know who the next M is going to be, right? John Mayer, right? Okay, folks, until then, get to part 7. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.